the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Mamencha mwa kwa baby mfamre kasa foni so Nsem-Pii TV. Se unyini a ade ba kwa obi apese onye bi eye na oye ni ye eye adwuma. Se de be ya hono nso ne nsa ebetimi akọ na no onye bi e de ahwe abusua. Na hereby the case a enede ya ye ka say abusuafo aye too emotional. Esu nyina ewu se ubenya adwuma nanso akatua ema eno bi na yemamu ha nurses ni bi enam for 10 solid good months. Oma ye adwuma abra intimi entua omu eka enti enawie ya eno ma hit the streets of Accra na omu competition the foreign minister the finance minister say enough is enough omu ntua omu ka fi say lady ba kwa wakasa kra de busuafo na reho ahye ma oje mu say Ote Pantai enso ye adwuma ewo Kolebu Teaching Hospital day in and day out bia no 42 Ghana cedis e de transportation na rent aso enso onya bibia enfantua onya de obedie na wokọ hospital na say doctor HL say patients na wo hono no mu kakasa no mu se de be wo beto ma wokọ kire mu se wo mu ni di 3 months 3 times a day eso mu di na enso mu kire patients no hereby the case 3 square meals kro muntimi enni ebede na omotimi aye sa adwuma no na omaye adwuma 10 months dia minister no bitimi aka ne say o acknowledge um ana say o appreciate um na o appreciate na so sika nka ho a ebede omotimi aye adwuma no enough is enough omu enye machine na omotimi aye adwuma 10 good months now abusuafo say bekaya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni campaign ahead of elections no o hye omo bibiri nenso bae no obetina ba so esan say ontimi enhunu de o yinti no nesisi abusuafo omo hu ekire omo ye pa na emre bi etwa mu no na teacher for any nurses omo ye adwuma 3 years ana emo mu 3 months na nado danko akufo ado ba be hye mu kina na nado danko akufo ado time ne entante say nurses for akwa 10 months wa bra yintu omu ka nanso ene hwe abusuafo yensemre ne enko ne enkotie ne enhwe na se anye wareho a se oba bi ebi wi school obatin fifiri akopa adwuma na abusuafo wotima ye adwuma 10 good months na yintu aneka na obe de wa survival yakure enkotie we are dying 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 we are dying
We are not machines. We are not robots. We are human beings. The government should pay us. Even machines, they fool them. How much more human beings? They should pay us. In fact, we are suffering. We are suffering. The government should pay us. Hunger is killing us. When are they going to pay us? Before the money will come, we are all sick. Are we going to use the same money to pay for medical bills? Please, the government should listen to us and pay us.
We are just pleading on the government to pay us. We've been working for 10 good months, no salary. Personally, my rent expired in 15th August. I've not been able to pay. My landlord is always asking, when are you paying? I'll be like, they'll pay us, please give me time. I stay at Pantai. I wake up Kolebu. I take transportation 42 cities to work every day. How do they expect me to get that money to come to work? You go to work, doctors will write. Check patients' vitals, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Do RBS, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You bath patients, you tend patients every 4 hours. I'm doing all this just for the minister to tell me that he appreciates the work that I'm doing. Appreciation, babe. I don't understand. Which form of appreciation? How can somebody work and you tell the person I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough. I'm tired. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. They kept my rent at 15. What the crowd? I don't know. You can't even ask somebody for money. The moment you test somebody, the person will be like, they are coming for money. And the person will be giving you excuses. And then, to be
able to cater for ourselves, not even a 3 square meal. All that we are asking is that the government should pay us now. We can't be on the wards and then advise patients to be eating at least 3 times a day to be healthy. Meanwhile, we ourselves, we cannot even afford 2 square meals. We need our pay. Thank you.
We are hungry. 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 We are dying. We are dying.
Billion cedis. Now this is a fact. It says NLA gave a contract for 3 billion cedis. Now this is a fact as we checked. The National Lottery Authority did not give KGL a contract, but rather a license to engage in the provision of lotto services to subscribers, and hence there has never been a need for a PPA approval since a license is not a contract. Now, KGL, Suleiman Brahma was saying that a contract was given to KGL without PPA approval. And this PPA thing, I think sometimes we have to look at it well. We don't get to know that it's not everything that PPA approval is required. If, for instance, you are renting something from somewhere, you do not require PPA approval. If you are offering a contract, you require PPA approval. If you are offering a license, you do not require PPA approval. That's fundamental in the law of the PPA. So if you are a journalist, you need to acquaint yourself properly with the PPA rules and regulations, the ethos thereof, so that you can properly do your story. I believe that Mr. Brahma was misled into thinking that whatever relationship between NLA and KGL was a contract. It wasn't, it was a license. And he called it, he gave the value 3 billion. Let's see whether there's a 3 billion there. Number 2, the National Lottery Authority has never made 3 billion cedis in revenue since its establishment in 1957. And hence it is impossible for this said sum to be given to KGL. The point they are making here is that they, as NLA, they never in their history, and it is published, made a 3 billion CD profit so that they can have a business worth 3 billion to be given to one person. They themselves, they don't make that money. The whole business doesn't make that money. So we are not sure where the 3 billion is coming from. But Suleiman Brahma is challenging it. Now, these are the published amount of monies that has been made by the NLA recently. The big ones, 2013, 255 million. 2014, 315 million. 2015, 365 million. 2016, 397 million. 2017, 401 million. 2018, 381 million. 2019, 349 million. 2020, 299 million. That's low. The total revenue by NLA for 8 years between 2013 and 2020 is 2.7 2.7 billion. So the NLA in all of its from 2013 to 2020 did not make anything near 3 billion. They made 2.7 billion. But the fourth estate then runs with a headline and says KGL. KGL is a corporate entity. They deal with many people across the world. You run this kind of headline as a journalist from Ghana. KGL is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. That's why I depart from Manasseh all the time. That when you are talking about a Ghanaian company, you have to pause. It's not always about being a hero journalist. Attorney General Justice Yoni Kulendi, Supreme Court Judge, and Richard Jakpa, currently the Director of Operations at the National Security Council. Richard Jakpa has led many of the operations that has excited the NDC base, going to people's homes, arresting them, etc., etc. Now, Richard Jakpa has sent a petition to the CID, asking the commissioner in charge of the CID to look at what he calls Godfred Dame's purported interference in that two-forcing case. What was the purported interference? Purported interference was that the meeting was convened for the two gentlemen by the Supreme Court's very distinguished Supreme Court Judge, Justice Yoni Kulendi, in his home to try and resolve matters between the parties. Apparently, Mr. Dame responded to this because of course, everyone respects Justice Kulendi. And so he responded because of Justice Kulendi's stature and personal relationship with him. Now, though, Richard Jakpa is asking the CID to do more than the High Court did. The High Court looked at the matter and gave a ruling on it. I'm sure we'll give you that as well. But the big story is that whilst Jakpa has sent that petition, another person, Mr. Daniel Oforiatta, says that no. Whilst Richard Jakpa has sent the petition, he believes that the CID should actually be looking at the conduct of Mr. Jakpa and the Supreme Court judge. Now, here is the petition sent by Daniel Mafo Oforiatta. They call him DM Oforiatta. It is written to the Director General, Criminal Investigations Department in Accra. It says, Dear Madam, request to investigate His Lordship Justice Yoni Kulendi and Richard Jakpa for conspiring to interfere with the administration of justice. It is as follows. I hope this reaches you in good spirits, he says. I am a citizen of the Republic of Ghana with keen interest in the development of the rule of law, good governance, and democracy. In January 2023, the Republic of Ghana commenced a prosecution of accused persons in a case bearing the title Republic versus Kesela Forson and two others. Richard Jakpa, the current Director of Operations at the National Security Council, who was dishonorably released from the Ghana Armed Forces in November 2007 for unsatisfactory conduct and failure to pass his examinations, was a third accused. The said Richard Jakpa, as Daniel writes, as subsequently became obvious from the proceedings, is the cousin of Justice Yoni Kulendi, a Supreme Court judge. It goes on. In the course of the trial, it was revealed that right from the first day the accused persons were arraigned before the court, 18 January 2023, Richard Jakpa deployed the highly influential Justice of the Supreme Court, Yoni Kulendi, to obstruct the course of justice in the case, with the ultimate object of ensuring that the prosecution of Richard Jakpa was either abated by the then Attorney General Godfrey Adame, or he, Jakpa, was acquitted. The acts of Justice Kulendi and Richard Jakpa border on the commission of crimes relating to interference with legal proceedings. The following facts, evidence of which I will produce, bear this out. 1. From the proceedings of the trial, on the 18th of January 2022, after Richard Jakpa had been arraigned in court, he solicited the help of his cousin, Justice Yoni Kulendi, to procure the assistance of the then Attorney General to facilitate the release of Richard Jakpa when he had not satisfied the conditions of the bail granted to him. Justice Kulendi actually went to the office of the former Attorney General Godfrey Adame to request that his cousin be permitted to go home. At the trial, under cross-examination by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Richard Jakpa confessed to obtaining the telephone number of Attorney General Godfrey Adame from Justice Yoni Kulendi, after which he confidently attempted to meet with Mr. Adame and inundated him with many WhatsApp messages. All these were tendered in evidence at the trial on the 18th of June 2024. It is on record that Mr. Adame refused Richard Jakpa's invitation to meet with him. The evidence shows that from the time Richard Jakpa first got in touch with the Attorney General Godfrey Adame via WhatsApp, he sent in all 68 WhatsApp messages to him, in reply to which the then Attorney General sent only 2. 68. But what was the content of those 68 messages? That's a lot of messages to send to an Attorney General. 68. Really? Is there anyone that you have sent 68 messages to? I can't think of anyone that I have sent 68 messages to, unless you're looking at over a year or 2 years or something like that. 68. 111 up to 68. Wow. Okay. Well, Mr. Daniel Foriata will prove this when he's called. He sent 68 WhatsApp messages to him, in reply to which the then Attorney General sent only 2. Richard Jakpa confirmed this under cross-examination by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Mrs. Yvonne Atakra Obuobisa. Really? Okay. Furthermore, it is undisputable that when Mr. Adame turned down Richard Jakpa's overtures to meet him, Justice Yoni Kulendi, in breach of the code regulating his work as a Superior Court judge, lured the then Attorney General into meetings at his, Justice Kulendi's, residence on no less than 4 occasions. Justice Kulendi would then secretly invite Richard Jakpa to come over to his house and interfere in the legal proceedings pending against Jakpa by impressing upon Mr. Adame to stop the prosecution of the former or ensure that the prosecution will let him go free at the submission of no case stage of the trial. This is borne out by the record of proceedings at the trial. Indeed, the record showed that apart from inside the courtroom and the house of Justice Kulendi, Mr. Adame never met Mr. Richard Jakpa anywhere. The above, madam, shows a calculated effort by the learned Justice of the Supreme Court, Mr. Justice Yoni Kulendi, together with his cousin Richard Jakpa, to interfere in the prosecution of the criminal case filed against Richard Jakpa by the Republic of Ghana. This is not only dishonorable, but also borders on the commission of crimes in accordance with the Criminal Code and Offences Act 1960, Act 29. His request, according to Mr. Daniel Ofori, to the CID is as follows. He says, I respectfully request you to conduct an investigation into the conduct of Justice Yoni Kulendi and his cousin Richard Jakpa, to unravel all acts of criminality disclosed by their conduct and take such prosecutorial action as is consistent with the law. I am available and willing to assist you with any documents, including relevant exhibits and the record of proceedings in the Republic versus Case Lato Forsen and 2 others, which you cannot access. In the meantime, attached to this petition are 1. Copies of the WhatsApp communication between Richard Jakpa and the Attorney General Godfred Yebo Adame. 2. Record of proceedings in the trial of the case Republic versus Case Lato Forsen and 2 others dated 6 June 2024. 3. Record of proceedings in the trial of the case Republic versus Case Lato Forsen and 2 others dated 18 June 2024. 4. Record of proceedings in the trial of the case Republic versus Case Lato Forsen and 2 others dated 20th June 2024. 5.